Okay, let's be honest. TV shows have kind of sucked lately. Hey guys, what's up? It's Imurgency and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. This video is going to be less so planned out full commentary and more so just like, I want to say rant, but I don't know if it's a rant. It might turn into a rant, who knows. But just some general thoughts and opinions that I have and that I've seen a lot of other people voice recently when it comes to TV and media right now, because I feel like entertainment wise we're in a very interesting space, being in between summer and fall, where entertainment wise there's just not much going on. And it feels like honestly since like Stranger Things aired, our things have definitely slowed down and we're running out of things to watch, bestie. So we're gonna talk about why that is, sort of getting into the new like show cancellation culture. Show cancel culture that we're kind of in now and that we've been in for a while, with like Netflix randomly getting rid of shows and then HBO recently getting rid of a bunch of shows and making some very questionable business decisions. And then we'll wrap it up and try and bring some positivity in here by talking about what shows that I'm looking out for the rest of the year, that at least that I know are coming back by the end of the year. Just because, oof, there's been a reason why the show reviews on this channel have been slowing down. We've been doing a lot of commentary recently and y'all been loving that and supporting that, so I really appreciate it. But the show review girlies, you know who you are. The show review girlies that came here from the Ginny and Georges, the Never Have I Ever eras. Yeah, y'all been kind of down bad for content and I apologize. But before we get into anything, if you are new to the channel, then make sure to hit that subscribe button because we do all things pop culture, TV show reviews, maybe not as often, as well as fashion reviews. We have the Emmys coming up this weekend, so expect the Emmys red carpet coming very soon. Also, while you're at it, make sure to follow me on my social medias at Imurgency. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere, pretty much, at Imurgency, so go and follow that. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like on this video because that helps out with the algorithm so much. I got a comment from someone saying that they really appreciate when I remind people to leave a like because they always forget, so get to it, thanks. But let's talk about some TV shows and some streaming services. Like I said before, streaming shows has gotten a little lackluster recently, just in the fact that there aren't many really gripping new shows coming out, and some shows that we know and love and have talked about on this channel have been canceled and are getting canceled. So those two things combined have kind of put us in a position where we're kind of out of things to watch. I feel like usually during any given point in time, there's usually like a show or like a couple of shows that are really trending and that are making waves and they're really just being that like pop culture staple, at least of that moment. And I feel like right now, or at least as I'm filming this video, there aren't shows like that. I mean, okay, I know people are going to say something if I don't mention Game of Thrones, or at least the Game of Thrones spinoff, because that is a really big show. I just don't feel like it's my demographic. I'm not in that demographic, so I haven't heard too much, so I will give Game of Thrones its flowers. Like right now, Game of Thrones is probably taking up that spot. But other than that, the only shows that are really going right now are She-Hulk. I think that's about it, or at least that's all that I had my eye on. So let me know in the comments like if there's something else that I'm missing that's really going down right now. Honestly, it's interesting that those are the two shows that are really going on right now, because when it comes to like the era of streaming, we could say as much as we want that we love a good binge, like to really just like go in and watch the whole season in one sitting. We don't really want that. Like we say that we want a full season to just sit down and watch on our own time. But when it comes down to shows that have made major moments, and I'm talking about major moments recently that have been talked about for a very long time, most of them are episodic. Like just think, like right now we have She-Hulk going on that's episodic. WandaVision, when that was super big, that was episodic. Game of Thrones, episodic. Euphoria, episodic. Even Stranger Things, one of Netflix's biggest shows, they even broke up their season into 2 parts to give like that longevity and that full moment. And I feel like there's just something in that, there's something in the episodic nature that I guess we're used to, and that gives shows more of a longevity and more of a moment in the whole pop culture zeitgeist. I know you heard me say zeitgeist. Come on, vocab. And I feel like the whole conversation of like episodic shows versus entire seasons could be an entirely different video in and of itself. Like dissecting exactly what it is about episodic shows that drive so much more buzz and are so much more of a moment than like entire seasons. If you want to see a video on that, let me know. But right now we need to rate it because I kind of got off topic. We're supposed to be talking about canceling shows. But yeah, more of the story, there is not a lot of new stuff out there to watch, and the stuff that is currently out there is declining due to shows being canceled or not being renewed. And let's talk about that, because I feel like a lot of times we have these shows that really make their splash and make their moment, but for some reason do not end up getting a second season, when we have other shows that it feels like no one really heard about or no one really enjoyed that continuously get season after season after season. And that's honestly never really made sense. It's actually kind of sad. Like, I'm looking at you, The Society, First Kill, Generation, Raising Dion, Sense8, among so many more. But let's talk about the process of getting a show renewed. I feel like there are many internal factors that go into whether Netflix decides to renew a show or not, and all those factors aren't necessarily available to the public. Again, take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, because I don't know the exact inner workings of streaming companies. But it seems like two probable factors that go into whether a show gets renewed or not has to do with its viewership and with the rate of completion. Viewership is self-explanatory, but I feel like rate of completion is something that a lot of people don't necessarily think about. And that's basically what percent of people that are starting episode 1 actually go on and finish the season. Because I feel like a show could be really popular and be on like the top 10 of Netflix, but really it's either too long or by episode 3 you're just bored, or like completely uninterested. Or even sometimes it's just hard for people to get through. Doesn't mean the show's necessarily bad, but it's just like not a lot of people are finishing the series once they start it. And that kind of sucks, because a lot of times these shows tend to be the better shows on streaming services because they're so unique and just different from what's typically on like Netflix's, HBO's, Hulu's. And I feel like that unique factor kind of contributes to why it's not as popular as like a cookie cutter show that would typically do well. So it feels like for shows that are either super ambitious or don't go in with a giant budget for like marketing to get people to actually start watching in the first place, they're kind of just set up to fail. Like second season where, you know? And that's just really sad, because I feel like there's just so much potential for new shows and new content and so many different stories to be told. But really, if you don't have the funds to put together something amazing in your season 1 and then to actually go ahead and promote it, you're kind of done for, I fear, which is not fair whatsoever. That's just kind of the world we live in, because right now with so many different streaming services, I feel like all of them are trying to compete with each other, so they're not really taking any chances on like a flop or like a show that doesn't overperform, because it seems like if the show isn't #1 on like their trending page, then it's basically a flop. In the eyes of these streaming services, first kill. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be so real. Like, how many more do we need? Are they entertaining? Sure. But do we really need one every single month? You know? Like, give some range. Give us a good drama. Give us a compelling story. Give us something, period. Give us something. And since we're on the topic of making bad decisions, I didn't talk about this on my channel when it first started happening, but the HBO Max situation, merging with Discovery and then purging a bunch of original shows, also does not necessarily help with the content drought that I feel like we're in. Because for one, I don't really know if the audiences there are the same between Discovery and HBO, or if they really need to be. And 2, they got rid of some really good shows. Like, I don't know who the streaming services are really trying to appeal to right now, because what are you doing? They're making it so hard to be loyal to one through the different shows that they bring in and take out, the different decisions to change prices. Like, I'm just at a loss. I want to be a stan, I really do, but it's rough out here. Like, we just need to get to a place where we can stop canceling the good Netflix shows and stop doing too much, because there honestly is no reason to try and do that much, you know? Just make some good, new, unique content, you know? That's all I ask. But yeah, I feel like if I wasn't before, I'm definitely rambling now. So I guess to end this video with something positive, really the shows that I'm holding out for at this point are the new season of Ginny and Georgia, because that, I need it. I really need it. Like, we love to hate it, but we need it. Season 2 of Young Royals, because again, it's something that we need. It's time. Like, give it to us, please. And then a show that I haven't talked about before, and that is actually coming out this week and is pretty new, The Imperfects, which seems really promising. Like, I'm actually really excited to watch, and I might do a full review on it. Let me know if you want to see that. But yeah, pretty much it's just those 3 that I'm hanging on to, because like I said before, things have been kind of slow. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, y'all. Like I said before, this isn't a video that's too serious or too structured. It's more of just like a rant/ramble. So if you've gotten this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video, because it helps out so much, as well as follow me on my socials at Imurgency for more. But other than that, y'all, I've been Imurgency, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.